we will definitely not shut up and dribble.
The champ is here. I must be the greatest. The champ is here.
I'm going to continue to stand with the people.
The champ is here.
I will not lose.
I'm a bad man. I took up the world.
Yes, welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Wait for, excuse me, MH to jump back on here. But you know what it is, man. It's a live show, man. We do this once a month at the end of the month, man. So we are looking forward to talking about the topics that went on in the sports for the culture. So I want to go ahead and bring MH back up in the building. What's up, MH, man? You ready to get into this live show, man?
Yes, sir, man.
You know how we do, man. I bring them up, you call them out. All right. What we got here?
Big Money E. Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year. Let's go.
Eugene Ross. Protect the Shield Pod. What's up, brother? I like that.
What's going on, family? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How
How you doing?
Yeah, so I mean, I like how MH brought Coach Rayford in, man. I mean, like that we got to start with that, right? Like, so if you didn't see the show, all right, so we did a show with the Coach of the Year for Las Vegas. You know, we you know, it was just a great moment, you know, because you know, me and Coach Rayford go back to our college days, and then just to see her shine, man, it was just amazing. But the wars didn't stop. The wars didn't stop. So, Bird, you want to tell them about the award, man, you just received?
Yeah, man, that one was that probably for me was, man, that was a little overwhelming, honestly. So I got a phone. No, actually, I got an email, random email at the end of May, from Ray Brewer, who's the big guy for the Las Vegas Sun, and he says, "Hey, you're being nominated for Coach of the Year for Las Vegas, and we have this ESPN SB-like awards program." And I says, okay, you know, a couple basketball coaches. He goes, no, it's any coach from any sport that was nominated. So make a long story short, 136 coaches were nominated. They of those 136, they narrowed it down to 4, and I was one of the 4. So it was myself, another basketball coach, a tennis coach, and a cross country coach. And we had this amazing award ceremony. It was really nice. It was everything that they advertise it. Had to do a little photo shoot about 3 weeks ahead of the ceremony so they can get everything ready. Green room action. I mean, it was really nice. And then I won the award. So that's the third Coach of the Year award I won this year, which is actually pretty cool.
Let's go. Well, congratulations on that, you know, and that's it's just a great testament to like what you do, not only on the court, but like I don't think people have even an ounce of what you do off the court for these kids. You know what I mean? And like all of us have touched sports in one way or another, and we always talk. Most of us talk about how a coach, and I mean even a teacher. Let's take it to the education, but has someone has stepped in and really helped guide and push you to that next level. So definitely want to give you your flowers. Congratulations. I hope the awards keep coming. But I mean, come on, let's just count it off, right? So, you know, first you win the title, you know what I'm saying? Then you go on and get Coach of the Year 3 times. Let's just go, man. We appreciate you for taking time, and we're humble for you to join us.
Thank you. You know, the funny thing is that I remember when I first moved here, and you was showing me all the ropes, and you said to me, anytime you see a weekly, pick it up and read it. It tells you everything about Las Vegas. I remember when you told me that. And then I get a text message. Somebody says, hey, you're on page 60. I was like, well, that's the first thing I thought about. Honestly, I try to stay humble and just, it was exciting. But the first thing I thought about was, man, EJ, I read this because of EJ.
Appreciate you. All right, so we're just gonna throw it out there. It's gonna be quick, man. Like I said, I just appreciate everybody jumping in. You know, getting on the live. This is definitely always a great time of the month for us when we jump on this. Inmates, you want to throw out the first topic?
Yeah, what we want to go with LeBron, since we were talking about it a little bit, since we capped the last show with LeBron.
I think that's definitely a great way to start, man.
His retirement or just kind of pressure. What I guess I want to hear what you guys thought he's in response to his comments after the game 4, loss to the Denver Nuggets. He kind of put a quote out there that said he had to kind of think of his NBA life and his future. So what do y'all think? Is he retiring? Is he just putting pressure on folks? What are we thinking?
So I saw something. Sports writer wrote a thing that says LeBron throws things out there so he can dictate his own narrative. And I think it's 100% true. There's not a chance he's retiring. It's not going to happen. Bronny's going to do 1 year at USC, jump in the draft. He's so close to what he wants to happen.
Right.
And I kind of agree with that. He does kind of put things out there so that he can dictate his own narrative and write his own story and control, what's being said about him. He's got everybody thinking about it when he knows it's not going to happen.
Damn, not a chance. Put it out there.
Not a chance.
Anybody else, man?
Yeah, I agree personally. I think, LeBron, I think he wants to go out like a king. At the end of the day, I think he wants that tour that what I think Kobe got, where every year or every game, the stands or the fans are giving him a standing ovation and just kind of giving him a whole bunch of love. So I think there's zero chance that he goes out like that. And just like Birdie said that he's so close to that goal of being able to play with his son. So I doubt that he moonwalks at this time. So I think it's zero's chance, man.
And that's some of the stuff we covered on our what episode was that? That was episode 9, 8, MH. But we talked about kind of like just the retirement process, man, and just how they're going through things. And we definitely talked about the narrative that you talked about, Birdie, as far as him, just creating his moves, right? His cryptic talk to create his next move.
Oh, for me, the only thing about it is like maybe his son don't want that. Maybe they had a conversation. And for him to like put that out there so random, and then he came up with another quote after that, like where he was talking about like having a conversation, like he had a conversation with his son about it. So for me, I was like, I wouldn't be shocked if he was like, all right, let me do one more year, do the tour, and that's it, and then it's pass it over to my son. But I know that's something he always wanted, but something telling me he didn't have a little conversation, and that ain't what his son wants.
Yeah.
So y'all all must have been listening to our retirement episode because we covered a lot of this. Kind of talking about that. I think MH brought that up about being a dad, right? And then I think you brought it up, MH. It was a couple other people we kind of referenced on that, right?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about I think what the Griffeys did in baseball, and this is no slight to Ken Griffey Sr. He was an all-star type player as well, but Ken Griffey Jr. was junior at and he took the spotlight. LeBron James is top 5. He's in any conversation when it comes to all-time greats with the NBA, and I mean that's a big shadow to cast on what could be your son's dream as well. I don't know if he want to steal that spotlight from his son. So I kind of agree with you, Gene, for real on that. I kind of think he's done. I've said this. I think we've kind of seen the last of LeBron James. I guess he will want the farewell tour, but like you said, it would be something similar to Kobe, and I think he stands on his own. He don't want to be compared to anybody. He kind of control his narrative, kind of what he did with the decision back in the day. I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, yeah, week 1 of the NFL season, yeah, I'm out too. Let me send this little uninterrupted show, podcasting it out there. Yeah, I'm not playing no more. And just, still the whole sports spotlight. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Does Brian have enough juice in the tank to win another championship?
With the right pieces, I think so.
Then he does sit down. He might go to Denver and pull out Kevin Durant's book.
While you joking, he may go to the Warriors.
and that was part of what I was saying too. Like, it's no disrespect. I love Melo. We kind of talked about the retirement because I'm a huge Carmelo fan, but no disrespect to Melo. Like, Melo can come off the bench. Paul Pierce can come off the bench. LeBron James is LeBron James. He's not coming off the bench. Whatever team he's on.
Right. I don't want to see him come off the bench.
Right. He is going to be the son, and everybody's going to revolve around him. It ain't going to be the other way around. So the way he was giving off energy against this Nuggets series, and he didn't even win a game, I wouldn't be surprised if he's done. He's putting a lot of energy out there. And they didn't even crack a game.
Right. He was playing in spurts. Like you can tell he was gassed because he was playing in spurts. He have a good spurt, then he was like done for like 12 minutes. So yeah.
Not 12.
He's trying to take that. If he did a quiet regimen, man, and just load manage for the next 2 years, he'll be good, man. Play every other couple of nights, he'll be straight.
Come back wearing the 2-3.
I can see it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if he does retire, takes a couple years off and comes back, right? Like, I mean, Jordan did it. I mean, that's who he's chasing, right? So that's a whole nother conversation. We one day we're gonna get into that debate, man, because the numbers don't lie, but it's a giant. Because it's funny, I had rewatched Air the last night and just kind of how they kind of told that story of him without him actually being in there, but they kind of told that whole story. So it'll be interesting to see. All right. I want to jump to the next topic, man. NFL draft happened, right? And, we did like a little draft recap and just kind of, as the season gets closer and closer, that's definitely the time. How did y'all teams do, man? Was there anything about y'all teams y'all are excited about? Like now it's getting closer to getting people signed, some other roster moves and things like that. Man, anybody want to speak out on the team? And we can definitely move past.
Terrible. And I'm a Raiders fan, so my other Raider fan, I hope you feel the same way. We can't go out in the draft and do the same thing we did before, man, and keep blowing picks. So.
Which do you like? None of the picks from top down?
Not for value. I feel like for what we needed and for the value we got, man, we could have did a lot better. So we went out and picked another DN that looks like the other DN we picked in the first round, and I'm not understanding it with all. And now that the quarterback can't pass the physical, should a quarterback be in the picture? Just I mean, maybe a little bit. If you got a guy that's supposed to lead you to the future pick, but he can't play and might get cut, then you might have went for a quarterback early. Just my thought.
Other Raider fan on here, Chris. Man, what you got, cuz?
Man, so that's kind of a loaded question. So at first I felt how Ross felt, man, but I think I'm starting to feel better about it. But yeah, I was hot, probably the first when it first happened, because I really wanted Jalen Carter, the big boy in the middle. Even though I think Tyree Wilson that we got is going to be a beast, but I was okay with that. And then even the second round, we got the tight end, which he's a beast, and I think we got him at good value. I just didn't think that was a priority of what we really needed at that point. But it is what it is, man. It's hard being a Raiders fan. I'm used to it, man. You know what I'm saying? At this point, man, it's just I got PTSD.
Hey, I'm just saying this. You don't need a tight end if you figure out how to keep the All-Pro around. So it's a lot of mismanagement going on and pissing off them cats. But if you keep Waller around, then you can save that tight end pick to the 7th round, man. So,
man, don't get me started on that. I'm a big Waller fan.
Yeah,
man. So I argue with my peers all the time about that, man. I miss that dude.
Yeah, definitely a friend of the show,
man. And then on top
man.
of it, I think we all can look at the coach, and the coach might be out in 2 more years if he makes it 2 seasons. So we let the chick that move into the house redecorate the house, and then you're going to have to put her out and take all the stuff down.
Well, wait, we need to go ahead and hire Birdie, man. We need a coach of the year candidate.
It is. Can we get her out as an advisor on the committee, man? All coaching decisions.
We need the best coach in Vegas.
Look, if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to the Chicago Bears because they don't do no better. That's my squad. And they just
they need the help too.
They disappoint me it don't even matter what they do, it's a disappointment.
As soon as the season starts, man, you're just ashamed, huh?
Man, all the time. Like I want to wear the jersey, but gosh.
It's not in public.
We travel with it.
That's a couch jersey.
Right, pretty much.
So we got two Dallas fans. Hold on, before we jump to the Dallas, DJ CO, who's your team? It's a Jets fan, right?
I'm a Jets fan. Yep.
Well, you got a lot of movement going, but you be real quiet.
You said I've been quiet. I just got on here.
Yeah, man. But a lot of fanfare, a lot of things going on, man. You should have been the first one to jump up and talk about your team, man. And Gene's booing because he's a Chiefs fan. I mean a Packers fan.
A Packers fan?
Yeah.
I mean, don't boo me. Like y'all was losing him either way. So like he definitely wasn't staying, whether he came to New York or not. But I'm excited. I mean, clearly this is the most excitement the Jets have had in a very long time. We had kind of unexpected kind of proudness, I guess, under the laughable Mark Sanchez, and how he kind of game managed us into 2 consecutive conference championship games. But outside of that, you know, we were on the margins, you know, the Wayne Corbett days and Curtis Martin and all that type of stuff. But, you know, this is the first time we had any real excitement since before I was born, really. So I'm excited about that.
Mr. Nationals cracking up over there. So what do you guys gonna do, G man? Is Love ready, man?
Oh, you know what? The players actually seem happy. Like they actually doing off season together. They going to Hawaii, playing together, like practicing together. Aaron Rodgers wasn't doing none of that. He was out of it. He checked out of it like 4 years ago. So he never wanted to do it. So I'm good with it. Like I feel like we got a young team. I'm like, even if we suck, we're in the Caleb Williams race. So at the end of the day, win-win. We're gonna be in the Caleb Williams race.
Hey, you better be
one or the other.
We might be in that same race with you. So
Yeah, we'll meet you there, man. We'll meet you there.
So I look at it as a win-win. So
all right. Cowboys fans, I mean, what y'all got for me? I mean, is this y'all year?
I mean, we'll see. We didn't really need a lot of pieces, to be honest. So, I mean, we picked up I think defensive tackle first round, and then like a tight end in the second or third. So, I mean, the tight end was like the most necessary spot we needed. And we'll see. I mean, every year is the Cowboys year. You know what it is.
And you said y'all didn't need a lot of pieces? Okay.
Yeah.
In Dak we trust. Hey, MH,
Dak got one more year out of me for real.
He
got one more year out of me. If you don't perform, I'm gonna be shouting for his name in the streets, bro.
Wow. Calling for the head, huh?
Absolutely.
It made you quiet down there, huh? You just going.
Oh, the Cowboys is good. I was just kind of sad to see the 21 on a different individual. Stephon Gilmore's wearing 21 now. That kind of made me sad. But other than that, the Cowboys are loaded. They kind of too deep at every spot there. So they're gonna be fine.
You can't. Hey,
be honest with
wait, EJ. Hey, look, another team trying to tank into the Caleb Williams race too. Y'all favorite quarterback, Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah,
another team trying to take. They know what they got. They like, it's time to get out of this.
They stuck.
I heard they were trying to get out of this.
And they dropped Hop, right? Where's he gonna go? Anybody think where he's gonna go?
Bills
Not the Bears.
Not the Bears for sure.
He been talking to Bills, but talking about the Bills for a long time. Like, I want to go to the Bills. I want to go to the Bills.
He said that on the podcast too, right? Like
yeah.
on,
So I think is either Bills or Chiefs. He want to go play with a top tier quarterback.
He better not come to the Chiefs. That's nasty work, man. I don't want no parts of that.
Hey,
I don't want no parts of that.
Are we still considering Allen one of the top quarterbacks?
I mean, he's top five.
Yeah,
definitely
top five.
Ooh.
he can still be. He can be in that. Mr. Announcer, he can still be in that Dan Marino class as far as like great
Big
during
game.
the preseason and just can't win the big game.
I don't know why D Howard want to go with the Bills.
Because they throw the
He's starting to look like a guy with.
They throw the long ball.
That's
all, that's all he cares about. They throw the long ball.
Does he want to catch the ball in snow in January?
That's the issue.
Yeah, he don't want to do that. Stay down south, man. Go play for the Dolphins or something.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, not the Dolphins.
Not the Dolphins.
Not the Dolphins. We really don't want no parts of that.
Look, can't have nobody throwing the ball short to me. Like, gotta get it to me.
B-Hop can't get by nobody.
Hey. He's the most accurate short thrower ever.
What kind of stat is that? The most accurate short thrower ever.
Oh my god.
B-Hop got a piano on his back now anyway, so go play the slot receiver.
But yeah, will he be around long enough to throw him the rock, man? Like everybody's gonna look for that first hit, man. The first time he goes down, he bumps that noodle, man. And
he learned how to fall this offseason.
That's what he did.
Like,
he learned how to fall.
That's what they said. They said he took some classes to learn how to fall.
But at this point, it don't matter. Like it's too late. It's not about the fall. It's about the actual hit. He's past the fall stage. He's at the just getting touch stage.
So honestly, he just needs to fix his core so he had a little more balance. So he not just the first thing that's hitting the ground is his head. He needs to fix his core.
Why you landing on your head every time?
He got to learn how to fall. I mean, Shaq did it. Embiid.
Wait. Did Shaq ever do it, MH?
Yeah, for real. He said he learned how to fall. You see how he was just jumping and landing in the crowd all the time. Embiid took that note. Embiid did it too. He's falling down all the time. Just learn how to fall.
Well, we got to look and see if there's a learn how to fall classes on YouTube.
I'm sure there are.
Dr. O'Neal said it.
Football season needs to hurry up and get here. It is way taking too long.
Yeah, facts, man, facts. And then the Steelers. I'm feeling like we're in this purgatory world because everybody in our division is getting fucking amazing. Like you got the Bengals that are just doing what the fuck they're doing, and then Baltimore signing their boy, and then Hop did say he would do Baltimore. I think was one of the teams, or at least they were talking to us. So I'm just like, kind of like you said, Chris, man, we don't want that, man.
I don't want that smoke, man. Don't want that smoke.
You do not want that smoke, man. But this is one of those things where it's kind of like we started off rough last year, then it's like, okay, in Tomlin we trust. I always say that. Great coach, but it's like, all right, man, it's that mediocre stuff. I need you to take it to the next level, man. So we'll see. Definitely wasn't ecstatic with the draft, but I think it was a decent draft, man. So we'll see. But I'm with you, G, man. The season need to get here. Whoever said that, I don't know who said that, but I'm definitely ready for the season to get here. All right, man. Keeping it back in the current though, with basketball, right? We did talk about LeBron kind of retiring, but let's talk about this Game 7 situation that's going on today, man. Who do you got? And to me, and I may be off balance. It's like a race to see who's going to get beat by.
Yeah.
Who do you got, man? Anybody jump in there?
Boston.
I still got Miami.
Yeah,
I want to see Jimmy Buckets get a ring personally. I think they take it. If they take Game 7, they take the finals.
Is that wait, what?
I'm also
They take
holding
the
on.
finals.
What?
Yeah. I said it again. I said if Jimmy Buckets wins Game 7, they will win the NBA Finals.
You are tripping.
We're allowed to take bets on the show, EJ.
Oh, live.
It almost don't even matter who's gonna win this game. Denver been resting for a whole week.
Exactly.
Right.
Off that alone.
That's right. This whole thing is played into Denver's hands, and I don't even think it matters. I'm going with Boston because they're at home, but I don't think it matters.
I think if Miami would have done their job and swept them, or at the very least gave them a gentleman's sweep, then the finals would have been a far more entertaining thing. Because I thought Miami and Denver were like a great matchup and it'd be fun to watch. But having played the game, see, basketball is very different from football, particularly in the playoffs. Football is one and done. You up 3-0, and I said Boston's probably gonna win Game 4. I said, but if they win Game 5, Miami's in trouble.
Wow.
And they won 5 and 6. You're no longer playing. You're no longer playing to win. Now you're playing not to lose, and that is a bad place to be in the playoffs.
But counterpoint, isn't that what Boston is doing though?
No, because they don't have any pressure.
No, but before it was playing not to lose. They were down 3-0, so they were playing.
Still don't matter because they came back like they were down 3-0. They at that point nobody expected them to win. So they playing with house money.
Crazy now.
So they don't got no pressure. All the pressure's on Miami.
I'm taking Miami. I think the pressure has fell back on Boston and Tatum. We're gonna see what Tatum made of today. We're gonna see because when games come out like this, that boy fold every time.
Oh,
he folds.
He old.
I wouldn't say forward, but he definitely hasn't played.
He struggled.
Let's say
Hey,
that he
don't
struggles.
sugarcoat it, coach of the year.
Hey, coach, she peppered him. She's trying to get in the mind. Like, maybe a crease, not full fold.
He might bend a little bit.
Hey, same message, but with a tweak to the words. I got you, Birdie.
Right.
Go for the coach of the year. Give it up, goddammit.
Hey, man, in the great words of the titleist Charles Barkley, man, if this game gets to game 7, they going to get their ass whooped. So as much as I want to see Jimmy Buckets make it to game to the finals, that boy can get that boat out in Miami, man, and get ready to hit the water, man.
Yep.
It's a wrap.
And then
they gotta win. They can't be the first team in NBA history to give up.
Somebody has to be the first.
I know, but 153-0, like
somebody
they
has
talk
to be
about
the
they
first.
ass forever, bro. Anything Jimmy Buckets has ever done in his career is
Hey,
gonna get wiped
EJ,
away.
we have our own problem in Vegas right now.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yes, sir. Let's go Stars tonight. You know what it is.
We need them to handle that.
Nah,
big time.
Nah. I have a little hope for Boston just because I have hope for the Stars, right? Like if Boston wins, I'm like, damn, anything is possible. The Stars can do it. So, it's just going on. Yeah, anything is possible.
Hey, we heard your prediction, so we know you believe in anything is possible.
Hey, go Stars. That's all I gotta say. Hey, but I got a Golden Knights hat right here just in case the Stars lose. You know what it is.
I love it. Hey,
gotta
but
rep
I
the
get it,
back up
though.
home.
Hey, rep your city, man. Rep
Yeah.
your city, man.
Hey, speaking of that, talk to my father, man. I called him the other day. We talking about the game. He's like, "Oh, y'all finna get swept." For anybody who doesn't know, my dad lives in Vegas. We're from
he
Dallas.
said y'all? He hit you with a y'all?
Yeah, he hit me with a y'all. I said, "What you mean, y'all?" He said, "Oh, I live in Vegas now. Oh, so come Cowboy season." When Cowboys play the Raiders, I need to see you in a Raiders jersey. I don't need to see you talking about ain't no we shit no more. I need to see you in some Raiders gear, my man.
There it is. Hey, real briefly, man. How was your trip, man?
To Italy?
Yes.
That was great. It was phenomenal. The food was amazing. The drinks were flowing. It was great. My wife's like sister, kind of not sister, but sister. So they had a foreign exchange student in high school. And she lives in Italy, and they still talk. And she came to Texas for our wedding, so we went out there and hung out with her. Man, she gave us the tour. Fucking walked me ragged. Walked like 35 miles while I was out there.
Yeah, they don't do a lot of walking in Texas. A lot of driving. In Texas.
A lot of driving in Texas, especially post COVID. Man, my feet were killing me. I'm stopping every 10 minutes.
Hey, really quick before I get into MH, I want you to the Sanders thing, but. Since you rocking the USC, anybody think that Caleb's going to do back-to-back Heisman's this year?
Yes.
He said immediately. Yes.
Immediately.
That's a bad boy.
With gusto.
Hey, he's your first overall pick next year. Heisman Trophy winner, national championship winner, and he's all the little actions on the ride out, man. So let's do it. Let's go.
I don't know about him, Natty.
Is he gonna be able to beat Utah?
Facts. He's gonna get dog walked by the Utes again.
Nah. If he was 100%, I think you seen where that game was going.
No. I don't see them being a national championship.
The whole trajectory of where we was headed.
That tight end was cold though. That tight end was cold. That the Utes had.
Niggas boy play.
I don't think if he was healthy, they would have won that game. It was just Utah's. I mean, they had
30. We was rolling. But
you know
at the score before he gets that bum leg. The score indicates that the USC Trojans is getting ready to, drop the confetti on them boys.
Oh, you were there, but the energy was for the Utes the whole game, man. It was like a home game for them boys, though.
They were doing all that just to get blown out by SEC team. What's the purpose? You might as well just lose. Don't
SEC repping.
Don't do that. Like at this point, just have fun in your little league.
Not your little league.
Your little league.
They get beat down by SEC team. God, they should just call it the SEC playoffs.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, for the SEC though.
But you know what? I'm gonna take my dark horse for the Heisman is Quinn Ewers from Texas. Texas got a loaded team.
Yeah.
And all they got to do is go undefeated, and everybody gonna be like, "Oh, Texas, 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 Texas."
That's a big. All
And
they
then,
got.
and then they don't like giving back-to-back Heisman's out.
They don't. I was
Like, they
going
be trying
to
to
say
find
that.
reasons not to. So
You gotta
stay
say, it's gonna be the
Right.
stats, Gene. The stats speak for themselves.
I
Yeah,
agree
but
with
Quinn-
Gene
but-
on that.
but-
There's many people have had the stats. They're
but-
not voting back to back Heisman's. They're just not. And there's been a couple guys who could have done that. And I think Caleb Williams obviously can win it, should win it, but they're not going to
Right.
vote for him back to back. They're just not.
right.
And so
And-
you
and
think
then
that's why? Oh, go ahead.
Quinn
I'm
has
gonna
the,
say-
oh,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was like Quinn has the schedule.
Heisman.
Oh yeah,
to
I
validate
just
him winning the
I
Heisman.
just looked it up. We have an easy schedule outside of Bama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to post Heisman live, and then the replay.
From New York.
Live from New York.
Live from New York. And Bernie and Gene, you think that's why Jokic didn't get the third one for the MVP this year?
I don't think he deserved it. I mean, he was in the running. I actually personally would have gave it to Giannis, not even Embiid, but I mean, you almost can't argue with that. I mean, those three guys right there, but I don't. Jokic wasn't my number one for sure.
I think I feel like there's been
I
discussion
think as
about
we
this.
watch the playoffs,
I think there's been discussions about this regarding like the actual what an MVP is, and thinking about creating like another award for like basically most outstanding player, because the most valuable player is not always the best player in the league.
Right.
It's literally the most valuable player to your team.
For your team.
So you can argue, a handful of people who's like the best player in the league, but you take Jokic off the Nuggets.
They're a lottery team.
It's a wrap.
They
You know
pick
what I
it
mean?
in the top
Or
five.
Jalen Brunson.
They
Or
pick it
Jalen
in the top
Brunson should
five.
be
DJ, I thought you were about to say
You can
De'Aaron
say that
Fox.
with all three.
Jalen Brunson.
They
Jalen
got
Brunson
hurt.
MVP.
Worthless.
Soon as whoever sets up the trade for Randall to get off the Knicks will be the MVP, in my opinion. I know Eric. I know he's a Dallas boy, but he is. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, he single-handedly kept you on.
I no. I never once believed in him. Never once.
Damn.
Like he just here's and it's not to necessarily sidetrack, but I just want to make this point about where the Knicks messed up. First of all, you have your top three guys are all left-handed.
All of
Yep.
it.
Naturally, left-handers, I don't know what it is biologically, they don't have in basketball, they just don't have a balance. They just don't. They all go left. Brunson's a lot better than the other two, and Barrett is a little more balanced than Randall. But Randall only goes left. He has a very low IQ. He's not extremely athletic. He's strong as an ox. He's not going to blow by anybody. He's not jumping over anybody. He's a big guy.
He's just not your favorite.
He should never be. If he's your number two guy, you're never going to win.
I'm just saying, hey, we don't want DJ CO writing the scouting reports, man, because it's gonna be some angry.
No, it's a fact. Like he's not.
Like,
I actually agree with you about the three left-handed thing. The three left, and
You
they
know how
all,
easy it is defensively to put game plan for that? Yo, just cut off this side of the court. Yo, they only go on this way. Three of them. And the other two, Grimes, he can ball. I think he should have the ball in his hands a little more. And Mitch can't do nothing unless you give him the ball. So offensively, you only got the left side of the court, and it's 3-on-5. So
You making them sound like bums.
no, it's not.
That's why
not that.
Jalen
No,
Brunson.
I really love
they might
Jalen
get LeBron in a
Brunson.
year, so who knows?
Yeah, I really
Jalen
love
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. I really do love RJ Barrett. He has really upset. I'm just not big on Randall. But from a GM standpoint, like it's just a bad idea. Like, why would you have three left-handed starters?
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense.
Hey, DJ CO, if he goes to that fall training camp where he learns how to fall, you think he'll get a little bit better?
say the ball camp. Ball guys.
Dr. O'Neal hit him up.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
I'm in the wrong business, man. Oh man.
Dr. O'Neal.
Okay. It makes you want to roll out the other one.
Yeah, I mean, we was on the college football topic, and Dion always brings us so much energy and so much love to the show. So his Louis bags is in. I know Shiloh Sanders was he had a little. If you haven't seen it, check out Twitter. He committed from Jackson State. So all his Louis luggage is in. The luggage is in. The bags is in.
We coming.
Yeah, we coming. What we thinking, Mr. International? We see you second in the Pac-12.
Still the Pac, man. They might go 500 in the Pac. Might. But they got some big boys at the top, man.
Yeah,
for Dion, because I kind of dogged him after emotionally when he first made the decision. But I'm pulling for him, man. I hope the brother does well. But that Pack is going to be tough, and that top 4 or 5 teams is going to put it on CU.
He got his Louis bag from Florida. Half the team from Florida now, so
they got to check and make sure it got that real official Louis tag on the inside. Or if it was get that from that New York. You got to go out.
Korean bag.
Get that from Chinatown, boy.
Yeah.
Gene, I already know where you stand, right?
Well, yeah. No, listen, they probably go like 7 and 5. To me, they O-line and D-line is not there yet. Skill players, they got it. But O-line, D-line, that's where you need to have it. That's where you got to start. So to me, it's just not there yet. It's gonna take some time to get there.
And that's what he always says. He don't have those big guys up front, right? So he's still working with getting those. But 7-5 is a bowl game, though. So
it's
better
than what they were.
If they go 7 and 5, that'll be a hell of a season for them.
Yeah, it's better than what they were last year. Shoot,
what they win 1 game last year?
If they go 7 and 5, shit, he might go to the league
last year.
I think 4 wins is a successful season, considering
2 wins is better than last season. So,
yeah.
They got to go at least 500 for it to be a successful season.
At least 500.
Because he got a lot on his. Yeah, he's at least.
And he didn't bring them here to win and to compete. He brought them there to dominate. So you can't go 4 and 4-7.
I agree, but not in his first year. I agree with that.
We're gonna know early when they play TCU.
Get a good look at it.
That's on kickoff weekend. We're gonna know real early.
Get a good look. But TCU was in a national championship game with a bunch of transfers too.
Right. The whole team was transfer portal.
That's the same as CU. So
yeah.
But
TCU had like 30-year-olds on there because of COVID. So they were just older than everybody.
I have a question regarding the players that's coming over. The players that went to Jackson State first, did they go because of Dion, or was this just a part of their recruiting pool? Were they not recruited by bigger programs?
I think they went because of Dion.
Okay.
Travis, a lot of those guys, Travis Hunter,
one
of a couple of receivers. Some of those guys were just recruited by Dion. They just came over there with Dion. So, yeah. Okay. So then, So he recruited them. So I get that part.
Mm-hmm.
But are you talking about if the pre-Dion people are going, like the ones that went to Jackson that are already there before Dion got there?
Right, because I'm just thinking. Yeah. I mean, you guys' prediction of how the season would turn out. I'm like, if these were top 20 recruits off the rip, and they just went to JSU because of Dion, then I can see them having a pretty successful season if they're just coming over there. But if they weren't, if they were just they were mid to low level kind of recruits, then this is a different game.
Yeah, I know Travis, and I don't know how some of those other guys were, because he was the biggest name. So I don't know if there was any other big time recruits that went there. To be honest,
they had a couple 4-star receivers that went there, and
did they?
Yeah. I mean, this son is not no scrub either. Quarterback, he was a 4-star coming out of high school. So they got some legit guys.
What worries me is I know he got some ex NFL coordinators, but Dion, I think he's just a motivation guy. But I want to know how the X and O's is going to be. I think in the SWAC you can get away with certain things. I don't think you're gonna be able to do it in a top conference. So I'll be interested to see from that standpoint, game planning and the X's and O's.
I would say from the
X's aren't as important in the HBCU.
I ain't saying that. I mean, I graduated from the HBCU, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Gene on here, so I need to get some clarity for Gene.
Not the tactical. I just think the game's it's going to be a little bit more strategic. I'll put it that way.
Got you. Hey, everybody, man, I appreciate being on here with y'all. Everybody have a good Memorial Day. I'm about to go hit the links. E, hit me up later. MH, man, we'll talk, man. Your Knicks is out. Your boy Ben Simmons is out. we got some stuff to hash out.
I need it, bro.
Ben Simmons.
I need it. He back though. He said he back. He's back.
I thought he just did an ad.
He got his back fixed, man. You gotta get.
Hey, look, give up on that dream. Give up on that Ben Simmons dream. It's over.
Gotta get his back right, man.
Hey Ross, his back is better. He's taking fall camp, man.
Ben Simmons never loved basketball. He wanted to be a model. Let him go do that.
Ben Simmons and Dylan Brooks sit next to each other on their way to China.
Here we come.
Hey Ross, before you jump off, man, the match, the little golf game they do with like the little celebrities or whatever. Who do you got this year? It's Curry and Thompson, Klay Thompson against Mahomes and Kelsey. Who do you got?
Curry can golf.
He can
Curry.
golf.
Yeah, I got Curry, and they can leave Klay just like they did in the playoffs in the locker room. Curry handle that business.
Please.
I love it, man. Hey, man, enjoy your time. Always great to see you, Ross.
All right, I'll get with y'all. Everybody have a good day.
You good, bro?
I'm just like, leave him.
Leave him in the damn locker room like they did in the playoffs. He's still salty because of what happened to Sacramento, man. In the playoffs. All right. Round robin, man. Anybody else got anything they want to say on the chest before we get out of here?
LV Aces, baby.
Gonna be smoking teams.
Let's talk about it, man. You went to the ring ceremony, right, Coach?
I did, and it was pretty awesome. Apparently, it was awesome last night too. They're smoking people, like literally. They 4-0 and they won by an average of 30 points, all four of them. I think it's pretty cool, but it says a lot about the state of the WNBA right now. Particularly, there's 13 former first round draft picks that were cut this year. I mean, they could even against expansion, those 13 could make a pretty decent team itself. And then you have the New York Liberty, the other super team. So it's gonna be interesting. I think it's a race of two teams from day one.
Love it.
Yeah.
And I don't
you covered it all. But that's real though. Those are the two top teams. We talked about in our WNBA recap. I think we did that a couple episodes ago. But yeah, it's the race of those two teams, right? And like any professional sport, barring injury or something crazy happening. Bless you, Gene. That's just those are the two teams to look out for. And I don't see the way they came out the gate. I don't see nothing changing. What are you about to say, CEO?
No, I was gonna say. Actually, I think the WNBA may not necessarily be for all the right reasons, but I'm excited about the level up. It's not drastic, but the incremental level up in popularity. Yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with, even though BG wasn't necessarily a star, but her story is bringing a lot more attention to the WNBA. What's homegirl's name that just won the national championship?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, right? Yeah. Just her and what she's doing. I mean, she's getting a lot of attention for it. But if you've been following like the branding of the WNBA, particularly the players, like they've been on that for like the past couple years. A friend of mine she worked for branding. She was like the director of branding for the New York Liberty. And we had this conversation, and I said it, and I was trying not to come across sexist, but I was like, this is America, so let's be real. I said, if the women continue to brand themselves as individuals, kind of more so like highlighting their femininity, you're going to get more casual fans, because dudes are dudes. They're like, damn, shorty bad. Let me just go see the game. Like, whatever. And then by default, you're going to end up seeing like, no, this is actually a good product, right? You're going to actually watch it. I think, whatever remnants is left post Me Too of like women empowerment in this country. Like, I think they know, because if you look online, social media, like it's these young women who are, whether they're, being used to model in magazines or for fashion stuff or whatever, like they're getting a lot of support from other women. So I think all of this culminated is going to lead to more popularity for the WNBA. And maybe in the next 5 years or so, they can come out the red and really start paying these players. But I think they're going in the right direction.
And college is helping them out a lot.
A lot. Yep.
A lot.
Yep.
Because it's some girls that's coming up now. Them girls can ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And noticeably, the best players in college now are sticking around because they're making more money in college.
Right. They're
The
not
NIL
even
deals. Yep.
But the WNBA though, like the players are now after all those ladies saw what Angel Reese is doing at $4 or $5 million a year. Now, they're again, we want expansion, we want a pay raise, but you can't have them both. It's just not possible. You're gonna tank the league if you have them both. So, and I'm a huge fan, but it is what it is. So at some point they got to figure out what's more important. And I agree, at some point you do need expansion, but it's gonna be an interesting next 3 years.
So really quick, you said you can't have both, but isn't expansion as individual, right? Like, I mean, it's owner and the like collective bargaining agreement that discuss like what they do, right? It's not.
And a lot of finances from the league. The league pays for that also. And then you can buy a team. It's going to take a Mark Davis or somebody with his kind of pockets. And then the league sets the salary cap as well. There's the CBA in the WNBA is not like it is in the other sports. It's a hard cap. You
Right,
got
but they're working on it though, right? Like that's for them to negotiate that.
They're trying. They're trying. But it's just tough, because they want money that's not there.
Yeah, they definitely need to tap into that Canada market. Toronto loves women basketball.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was like, that need to happen sooner than later.
And they played their game there, so they see it. So they
Yeah,
played
and
international
it's
game
close
this year.
enough. It's not like a far travel because Toronto is closer to the East Coast anyway. So they definitely need to tap in that market fast.
Right. I mean, you look at the Aces practice facility. The only team in the league. Chicago just decided last week that they're going to build one too. Just stuff like that. So the fact that it's never come up before at all, and a lot of these teams, people don't know a lot of these teams have been practicing at the local college, high schools. Aces, I know where a couple of the Aces players been working out at even here in Vegas, and it's not like at the best places, but that's where they have to go. AJ Wilson used to work out at 24 or 24 Fitness or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and it was crazy when Candace Parker was like, "Oh, this is my first time like with a real
ever.
locker room, like ever." I'm like, "That is crazy!" Like Candace Parker, like we're not talking about no bum. We talking about Candace Parker here. Like,
I think
that
also
is crazy.
I think also historically, if we really put it into context, like the elevation of the WNBA is kind of right on time. Like if you look at all professional leagues, it takes them about like 20 years before they can get any like real traction. Like if you listen to stories that Hall of Fame NBA players were talking about, like they were practicing in like high school gyms and not because like they were on a road trip and they needed somewhere to work out. Like, nah, this is where the team went. That's in the 60s and 70s, right? The league NBA started in 48. So I think historically the WNBA is on par for, taking that next level as far as visibility, resources, all that type of stuff. It sucks. I think we forget that because we're in the moment. It's like, oh, this is not happening. That's not happening. It takes a long time to get a league to be profitable and successful. Oh, you see all these offshoots? They're not, they either minimize their product so they can make money, but they don't ever really see the popularity. They're going hard for the XFL now, really hard.
How long are we talking though? We're near 26.
Yeah.
No, but
how long are we talking?
But again, like I said, the NBA started in 48. I've spoken with Clyde Frazier and him talking about what they went through in the 70s.
He used to be on tape delay.
Like it's not. I think I just don't think. I think because we live in today's world, we think things should come faster. That's just not how business works. And again, pointing back, like this is America. Like support for women, anything is minimal at best. So,
It's America, Jack.
I mean, it's on. And what's crazy about WNBA is pretty much on that same pace that MLS was on.
Mm-hmm.
And now MLS, now they starting to get the money. Now you're starting to see the NFL owners like, oh, I want to own.
Let me get one of those.
Like eventually, it's gonna take time. It's like You got to keep building it. The players got to keep coming. You know, soccer started to be big in the States. Our younger players are starting to get real good.
Thank God.
Because Eric, it was bad. Like, we couldn't put up no talent at all.
No leagues.
It's way more popular than the WNBA, and that money didn't start pouring into some of them European cats start coming over and playing for
right.
But
they helped people moving over to the US helped that. Like a lot of people from different countries moving on that love soccer.
Absolutely.
That helped that. So
Also, I was going to say also, look at this as a comparison. I'm not calling in any way remotely Angel Reese remotely the talent that Magic Johnson was in college. But if you look at what was homegirl's name, her kind of like rival that they beat?
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark, right? One of the reasons why Caitlin Clark is so revered is because in professional basketball in general, like high-level basketball in general, like America hasn't had an American-born athlete to really get behind since Larry Bird, right? And you look at the, whatever that rivalry was in college, for that to now transfer to the WNBA, it's the same thing that Magic and Bird did for the NBA, because the NBA was dead in the water in the late 70s.
That's a good point.
Right.
So I think a lot of issues are conflating about whether, be support for women or the lack thereof and all of this. And this is, at the end of the day, this stuff takes time and certain things need to happen for the success to happen. And everything that's happening right now for the WNBA is stuff that's happened in the past for other male leagues. And the WNBA will be all right. And they will be better than all right in the next 5 to 10 years.
And the thing about it, like the reason I feel like they should expand, you got to think how popular Angela Reese right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably the 6th best player in her draft class.
If that.
That's like it's like giving her all right, she may be the 6th best player in her draft class.
Right.
So to add to that, and I agree with that, if not in the top 3, to be honest about it, these ladies are staying in college so that when they get to the WNBA, the money is not an issue. Consider the highest paid player in the WNBA right now is Jewel Lloyd, and she didn't want to take a salary a cap or a salary cut, which is why Breanna Stewart left. The top 9 players in the WNBA all took $75,000 to $100,000 cut. Candace Parker's making $100,000 a year. Come on, right. But to that being said, the WNBA is 5 months long, 5.5 if you're lucky, and the top player for each team can make $250,000. The lowest salary in the league is $65,000. So it's not like they're broke. But if I'm Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, I can get to the WNBA and same thing, create a super team because I already made $6 million in college.
Mm-hmm.
My salary in the WNBA is going to actually help my team because I don't need it.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Like,
so does the WNBA just need better script writers like the NFL?
Come on. The ladies that took the cut, Candace Parker went from $225,000 to $100,000. She took a $125,000 pay cut. Not that she needs it too. So it kind of plays into that. But you got Candace Parker for Breanna Stewart, $100,000.
That's crazy,
right? That's not a lot of money for 5 months.
If I was running the WNBA, we have a reality show, everything. We follow the team around. We tapping into that market.
But that's real talk, right? Like I think MH, we talked about that when we did the Growing the Game, right? Like a lot of companies, leagues, once they did something on TV, it allowed you to kind of get to know the game, the inner workings, and the actual players, right? So whoever said the XFL is getting a push, Rock is doing that. Was it the 54th man, right? Which is talking about like most rosters only have 53 people. So they're doing that story to kind of get you behind that league. So there needs to be some kind of G, you hit it like
Hard Knocks.
Because
I was about to say Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks for the WNBA would be great.
But think about this. You
100%.
have UFC. UFC was built off a reality show.
Yeah,
that's how it got popular.
Tough.
F1 was not big in the States till Drive to Survive was on Netflix, and all of a sudden everybody became F1 fans.
And they said that.
They gotta do it. They gotta do something.
And then the NBA, you'll always hear Stern talking about like when they did inside stuff with Ahmad Rashad, and they started like you know, inside it, whatever it was called, that show that used to come on. You would watch that right after cartoons, but they made it kind of like for kids, and it was building us building our generation watching that shit, man. So it's always like that additional media, you know, to get to know it and you know, relate to the fans, and because like everybody loved the Lions or the Cowboys, not the Cowboys, but
no, you said it. You said it.
But you know, when they were watching the show and got to see the behind the scenes and like you know, seeing certain players make it, not make it, all that stuff, man. I think Hard Knocks for the WNBA.
And
let's figure out how we can sell that.
That would be fire.
And that's a super old formula. Like, don't reinvent the wheel. Like, what do you like? That's across all professional. You know, whether you read in Word Up magazine or whatever, like people are invested in to the people and the lives that they go through. That's what makes them stick around. That's what makes them become fans. So I think they should. I don't know what's holding them up.
You think how much drama it would cause and people seeing X #1 first round draft picks getting cut? Like, you know, people be invested in that, man. Be like, man, that person gonna make it back on the team. Like, oh, this person was good. They shouldn't have cut that person. Like,
who's the first team on WNBA?
You got to pick a big market. Well, either Las Vegas because Vegas, right, or New York or LA. It's got to be
it got to be one of those markets.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get it in the practice facility. So I mean,
right? You film it in the practice facility.
Yeah. Hey, Mace, we still ain't got that tour, man. You working on that, man? We need.
Hey, man, I done called a couple people. Where we at, brother?
Where we at with that damn tour?
Come on.
No, man. Great stuff, man. Anybody else got anything else before we get out of here? Let's do a quick check-in round robin, man. So, EP, I know we talked about vacation, but really quick, man, what you doing for the rest of the day or anything else we should check out?
I got nothing for the rest of the day until 7. Then I get to watch the Stars kick the fucking asses.
Whoa! Now
asses of the night. The forced game 7. I'm here for the vote. Nah, that's it, man. Premier League season's over, so I'm just kind of like twiddling my thumbs. We got the Champions League final is in 2 weeks, and then there's like an FA Cup, which is like they take pretty much every team in like the top 5 leagues in England play, and my team has made the final, so.
Hey, just like there was a fall school, man, you need to do a soccer school, man. We all
there's a lot,
it's a lot, but we're gonna get there, man. As long as we got you, man, we're gonna get there. Hey, Coach of the Year, you got anything for us?
Go Celtics.
There you go. King Gene, what's on your mind, man? Anything before we get out of here?
Man, just go Knights. Let's get this NFL season started because it's like, man, I'm ready. College, NFL. EA let me down by not dropping the college football game this year.
Oh man.
Okay, I gotta wait till 2024, but it's okay. But because it would at least got me to the college season. I'm like, all right, play this game to college season start. But man, no, just everybody stay blessed, have a happy holiday, and just enjoy life.
And speaking of life, man, I mean, you know, since it's out there, should we share that you know what I'm saying? Coming in November, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, finally getting my first little one. So,
congratulations, brother. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congrats, brother.
Yeah.
That's what's
get
up.
on that dad journey.
That's what's
So
up.
I'm be hitting all your other dads up like, hey, what the heck is this?
Nice. Cuzzo, what you got down there, man?
Man, you know, I'm just cooling out, just for the holiday, man. But yeah, just working on this podcast that I just started about a month ago, man, called Protect the Shield. It's mostly Raiders focused, man, but you know, been having some good interviews on there. So just grinding away, just getting that going, man. So if you guys know any Raider fans, man, tell them to come check out my show.
There it is. CEO, what you got for us?
Not much, man. Just chilling, continue to work on, you know, just different projects and built out this cannabis experiential kind of thing that I'm building here in New York. Trying to be that guy who has the, you know, cannabis, the illest like cannabis events and parties and things of that nature. EP, your dad, I spoke to Eric, I spoke to Jess, I spoke to EJ. They're supposed to be coming to New York this summer Of course, that invitation is extended to you.
Yeah.
Pull up. Just wear your comfortable shoes because we walk in New
I know.
York. So understand that. That's what
I've
we
been there
do.
before. I've been there before. I'll
We
buy
walk.
some new ones.
So,
There it
but yeah, that's it. And check out. I'm on the Charles Coleman podcast as well, which is a really, really good one. We just interviewed Bun B, which was
Nice.
amazing, super cool cat. So we're doing that.
And knowledge, boy, he drops
Yeah.
jewels.
Man,
So-
I want to try Trill Burger so bad.
I heard it's an amazing burger. He talked about it on the show. I heard it's really amazing. But
Then you got one, right? Didn't they have it like at a fair or something like that? The Trill Burger?
Yeah, at Coachella. It was good, man.
it's not in Dallas. It's not in the stadium. I thought it was.
Oh no, it's not in Dallas. He did it for the rodeo, but now he got a brick and mortar. It's about to open up in Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
And they got us here in Vegas. They did a pop-up shop somewhere and then like badly advertised, so couldn't find the spot.
In and out.
Oh, and I'll be back out in Vegas June 8th through the 12th. So
That's what's up.
for the Bison weekend. So if you want to do the golf thing again, let me know.
For sure. That was good stuff. We still didn't get the pictures from the last one, so you need to get on your girl. MH, man, final thoughts, man. Get us out of here.
Now, I appreciate you guys spending your holiday with us. Very, very much appreciated. And then any family or friends, or if you served in the military, my mom served. So shout out to you giving your life for the country. That's it.
That's what's up. Well, yeah, I'm gonna definitely, jump on top of just pause. Want to thank you guys all for spending the holiday too. Salute all the vets. My dad served, so rest in peace, pops. But yeah, you know what we do, man. So please share the show on y'all socials, man. Tag it. We appreciate y'all coming on here, and we'll see y'all next month. And just remember, please stay safe on this Memorial Day weekend. Practice gratitude and know we're rooting for you.
Screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap.